Hello, people, and welcome back to the channel. WTA AGEL Open, I'm going to say, 2022 in Ostrava, Czech Republic. We're going to get into it. It's an ATP 500, and like the ATP Astana Open, which is an ATP 500, this is the WTA 500. Both tournaments, though, are like Masters 1000 tournaments in terms of the quality of the lineup. We're going to go into this one as well. It's really jam-packed with superstars. Well, with just incredibly good tennis players. So before we get into it, remember to hit that like button and do subscribe if you are new and watching on YouTube. If you're watching or listening on a podcast platform, leave a rating or review. Read us, help us out. Also, leave a comment. Let me know who you think is going to win this tournament. Let me know about my picks. If you completely disagree, then let me know in the comment section. If you agree, let me know too. Let's get into this then. Like always, and I'm going to go through round by round, give you guys my winners in each tie, and then give you an eventual winner. Recently, I've been doing the last 10 matches on hard courts in terms of their win to loss form on the surface. Now, I'm going to do the same. And I'm also going to say, take it with a pinch of salt, because for some players who aren't in the top 10, even if they're in the top 10, they may have played lower level tournaments, a 250, a 125, a challenger, for example. So there can be a skewing in that sense, but we're more looking at it from not necessarily even just a form guide, but more confidence guide going into this tournament as well. And then I'll give you a couple of head-to-heads for first round ties as well. So Iga Swiatek has a bye in the first round. Her form coming into it is pretty damn good. 8 wins and 2 losses, winning the US Open in fantastic fashion against Ons Jabeur in the final. And she is, once again, like she was earlier this year when she won Roland Garros, in some very good form. The best form of the year? Probably not, but she'll be very confident going through, and she's got a bye. Tomljanovic is a qualifier. She's playing Xu Zhang in the first round, and Tomljanovic, well, she's looked pretty good this year. Of course, she beat Serena Williams, and then ended up losing in the end of the US Open, but she is a solid player. Now, she lost to Ons Jabeur, if I'm not mistaken. There's no shame in that. Ons Jabeur was playing some really good tennis. She has gone pretty deep in every single Grand Slam, if I'm not mistaken, apart from Roland Garros. She can be dangerous. She can be, and I think she'd like to get some better results at these tournaments to really push her ranking up so she wouldn't have to qualify. So she could actually start being ranked within the top 30 and even get seeded at a slam. Wouldn't that be nice? So she is good enough to be able to be seeded, but she plays Zhang, who is, well, rightfully so, ranked high enough to be in the lineup, and she has a 7-3 record going into this on hard courts, so 7 wins and 3 losses. I'm going to go Tomljanovic though. I just think, given her form this year, I think she might be able to cause the upset. We'll see. Well, perceived upset. 2 qualifiers, hash it out. Blinkova of Russia and McNally of America. I'm going to go McNally to come through that, but it's a 50-50. Makova and Haddad Maia. So Makova, Haddad Maia have flipped records in their last 10 matches. 4-6 for Makova, 6-4 for Haddad Maia, who's had a personal best season. She's been really good this year and very dangerous. She's, just found some incredible form, and a lot of people even had her potentially winning Wimbledon. That's how good she was, or how good she was looking anyway, going into Wimbledon after winning some fantastic tournaments. And she's continued that form really after Wimbledon. Didn't get the results she wanted, but she then came into the US Open Series swing and had some fantastic results, making a final, losing to Kvitova in one of the Masters tournaments. I want to say, in fact, I know it was Cincinnati, because Canada Halep won. So Haddad Maia is going to be my pick. Makova, or Mukova even. I'm going to try and get these pronunciations right, because Gary, one of the subscribers, said I should, and I haven't done as much as I should on it. Sorry, Gary. But I am going to continue to try that. So in fact, after this video, I'm going to go on there and start going through some names again, as I should do. Anyway, Mukova is a tough one, but I think Haddad Maia to win. Kontaveit versus no one. She's got a bye. She is the champion as well, the reigning champion. So she's got points to defend, 500 of them, in fact. I think she's going to be in danger of losing some of those points. And this this is the start of the stretch for herself and Badosa especially. That is going to be really dangerous because they've won some tournaments or they've gone very deep in tournaments from now until the end of the year. And they're most likely going to drop points. And I would be surprised if they're still in the top 10 by the end of the year, honestly. Sounds harsh, but given their current form, I would be very surprised. Maybe they just turn it on again at the end of the year. Who knows? Who knows? But I've got Kontaveit, of course, that she's got to buy. Teichmann and Martinkova. And before, I go into that. Kontaveit has a 6-4 win-to-loss ratio going into this tournament. Teichmann and Martinkova. Teichmann 4-6. Martinkova 5-5. Head-to-head is 0-1. So Martinkova has a 1-0 head-to-head against Teichmann. I really do like Teichmann, though. I do. I'm going to go Teichmann. Sorry, excuse me. Azarenka and Alexandrova. Azarenka leads the head-to-head 3-0. She's got a 6-4 record going into this, 7-3 for Alexandrova. But Azarenka, if she has a pretty good record against people, normally she tends to come out on top and just continues that form. Then we have we've got 3 coming up, barnstormers and matches. Raducanu and Kasatkina is arguably the first round match of the tournament. Raducanu will be thinking, damn, I really wish I hadn't got someone seed in the top 5. This is going to be an extremely tough matchup. 6-4 is Raducanu's form coming into this, and 7-3 Kasatkina. Raducanu retiring from a semi-final in Seoul in Korea, had a good run there, if I'm not mistaken. And look, I mean, she beat some decent players on the way. Pretty sure that she beat Lynette, which is a good win. 2-2 as well. Wickmeyer, who's towards the back end of her career, fine in straights. And then she was actually 1-set all against Ostapenko. She'd taken the first set. Ostapenko was 3-0 up in the third set and then had to retire Raducanu. So that was a good little run. She'll be hoping to try and replicate a run like that here at the AGL Open. Whether she can or not against this level of opposition, we shall see. Kasatkina's had a very good year. She really has. She's gone deep, especially at Roland Garros, which was, incredible to see. I'm going to go Raducanu. I know she's got injury worries. I know that could be a bit of British bias coming out. I have to be perfectly clear about it. But I've just got a feeling that maybe she's had that little pick-me-up of confidence that she needed in Korea. Maybe that will help propel her forwards now. Kasatkina, though, is very, very tricky, and she's a very solid, versatile player. I think what Raducanu is going to have to do is attack the second serve big time, and she should do. And hopefully, Kasatkina is not making a lot of first serves. A serve generally is a weak point. If Raducanu can return well, then she will be okay, and she is a pretty aggressive returner. Bencic and Bouchard, who's qualified. That's a really tough match for Genie Bouchard, who qualified. Bencic should win that one. I would be surprised to see Bouchard win. I haven't seen a lot of her in her comeback recently, but Bencic should be too strong. Potentially just too hard an opponent for Bouchard in her comeback, especially in the first round. Rogers versus Krejcikova. I'm going to go Rogers because... and in fact, sorry, I've just kind of skipped through. But Bencic has a 6-4 win-to-loss ratio going into that. And Rogers has 6-4, as does Krejcikova going into this tournament. And Krejcikova's had a very... it's been not poor, but let's just say it's been not particularly good in terms of her year. But in saying that, at the Tallinn Open, recently she had some great form. She beat Tomljanovic in the first round, Kostyuk in the second, had Admire in the third, Bencic in the semis, lost to Kontaveit in the final. Sorry, she beat Kontaveit in the final. I'm going Krejcikova. Although in saying that, She would have just come off a win at the Tallinn Open, which, by the way, is a great win. Like, genuinely, to beat Kontaveit, Bencic, Hademeier, Kostyuk, Tomjanovic. Kontaveit is just a really good indoor player, by the way. Sorry, yeah, Kontaveit is just a really good indoor player. She really is one of the best on tour. But Krejcikova will be really happy, and I think she should then come through that. Whether she has the fitness and the steam to go deep at this tournament, we'll wait and see. Pliskova to beat Parks for me, and Pliskova has a 6-4 record going into this. Sakkari has a bye. She has a 6-4 record as well. Ostapenko, again, this is a tough one against Sasnovich. Would I expect Ostapenko as a seed to go through? Potentially. She lost in the first round of the Tallinn Open to Kanepi in 3 sets, getting bageled in the final set. Korean Open, she lost in the final to Alexandrova 7-6, 6-love. Doesn't make good reading, does it? But she's had some good results. I'm going to go Sasnovich scores the upset. Then Keys, Rybakina. I mean, this is a massive matchup in the sense that it's going to be fireworks. Both players hit massive from the back of the court. And on top of that, we've also got Elena Rybakina, who's the Wimbledon champion. Madison Keys lost in the first round to Golubic in the Tallinn Open, which is not great in straights as well, and pretty convincingly. Rybakina played the Tallinn Open, a lot of players did, and she didn't play in the end because of injury. Lost in the Japan Open in straights to Samsonova in the first round. Slovenia Open, she made the final. Who she beat? Seigman, Martinkova, Serenko, Bogdan, lost to Siniakova. I'm going to go Keys. Kvitova and Pera are going to go Kvitova against the qualifier. And Pliskova has Kvitova even has a 8-2 record going into this. I mean, very, very good. Badosa has a bye. She's 4-6. Not surprising. Swiatek, Tomjanovic. Right, this is where it gets interesting now. This is where we start to get into some incredible matchups, although there are 2 or 3 in the first round that are pretty damn good. Swiatek should beat Tomjanovic. Hademeier should beat McNally. Kontaveit should beat Teichmann. Kontaveit, as I said, is a very good indoor player. Azarenka, Raducanu. Raducanu destroyed Azarenka in Cincinnati. I want to go Raducanu. Well, Azarenka indoors is pretty damn good. I'm going to go Raducanu. Krejcikova to beat Bencic. She's already beaten her recently. Sakkari, Pliskova. It's a tough one. Pliskova should be okay in terms of serving. It's indoors. She'll probably enjoy that. I'm going to go Pliskova. I feel like Sakkari actually feeds off the elements outdoors better than most players. I don't feel like Pliskova is the same. I think this is an advantage for Pliskova to play indoors. Keys as well, similar against Sasnovich. And Badosa, Kvitova. Now, Badosa, can she replicate the form that she had at the back end of last year indoors? A lot of these indoor tournaments, potentially. And Open, though, she lost to Zheng Xinwen in the first round. She did make the final, but I'm going to Kvitova to win. Swiatek, Hademeier. That's such a good matchup. Wow. Hademeier is a difficult player to play against. She is. Indoors as well. Does she have... They bounce normally slightly lower, the indoor courts. Lefty as well. Does that really make a difference, though, against Swiatek? Swiatek's going to go cross-court with the forehand and potentially just destroy Hademeier's backhand. I'm going to go Igor Swiatek. Kontaveit, Raducanu, going to go Kontaveit. I know Raducanu potentially has a good chance, but I think Kontaveit will win. Krejcikova and Pliskova going to go Krejcikova. And Keys, Kvitova going to go Kvitova. Swiatek, Kontaveit. I'm actually going to go Kontaveit. Then Krejcikova, Kvitova. Going to Krejcikova. So am I going to go for the same final as the Tallinn Open, though? That's pretty crazy to do, isn't it? It's very unlikely that we're going to see same two finalists, isn't it? Isn't it? So I think I'm going to go Swiatek and Kvitova. Just because surely they're both going to be quite tired. And what are the chances? Like, it could happen, but it's very unlikely. And Swiatek should have too much quality for Kontaveit. Indoors, though, I don't know. But in saying that, Swiatek's game's so big now, generally, and it's so diverse and effective, she probably can win that. Kvitova against Krejcikova. Kvitova might win. And I'm going to go Swiatek Kvitova in the final. The question is, can Kvitova beat Swiatek from the back of the court? If Swiatek's playing anywhere near her best level, I don't know how any of these girls touch her. And that sounds crazy to say, but I genuinely mean that. I'm going to have to go Swiatek. It's a really boring pick, isn't it? It's a really boring pick, but I just don't. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section, actually. Who have you picked and why? And why do you think Swiatek might not win if that's one of your picks? I'm interested to know. But that's my pick anyway, Swiatek to win. Let me know your thoughts on this tournament. It's a stacked tournament. It really is. And I know I've picked the number one seed in Swiatek, but there's a lot of potential winners out there for sure. Thanks very much, guys, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. And we will see you very, very soon. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the comment section. I'll see you in the comments.